Check, check. Can everybody from the last row confirm if you're able to hear me clearly? Okay, thank you.
Hello, hello, check, hello, check, hello, check.
With a Check, check. Ladies and gentlemen, our chief guests are to arrive any minute. I request everyone to be seated as the ceremony will commence immediately on their arrival. I'll start and then the video. Namaste and a very good morning to everyone present here today with us. I am Nidhi and I will be your host for this momentous day. I would like to first thank each and every one of you for being here today with us. I am grateful to welcome all our respected dignitaries and the advanced leadership to the official inauguration of Advanced Auto Parts Global Capability Center, India. Let's give us all a big round of applause. The most awaited day has finally come. Without further ado, let's begin the ceremony with a short clip of Advance's history, its establishment of over 100 years, and its journey to where we are now, one of leading Fortune 500 automotive part providers. Let us also look at the growth story of GCC both globally and in India to set context to this landmark day.
With over 7,000 stores and dozens of distribution centers, Advance Auto Parts is a growing Fortune 500 company and a leading aftermarket auto parts supplier in North America. But success like this doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come without great sacrifice and tremendous teamwork. You know where Advance Auto Parts is today, but let's journey back and explore how Advance got here. In 1932, during the darkest days of the Great Depression, 31-year-old Arthur Taubman saw only challenge and opportunity. He pawned personal belongings, including his wife's engagement ring, to buy 3 failing Advance stores. The young entrepreneur prospered against overwhelming odds and quickly expanded his business of sporting goods, auto parts, and accessories.
I wanted to please every customer, give them honest value, and to be pleasant with them when they walked into the door. Do a few extra things to make him want to come back.
World War II brought more challenges to American soil. Due to the war effort and rationing, auto parts and many other quality products became scarce. Mr. Taubman kept Advance stores in business by filling his inventory with most anything he could get his hands on. As a result of his resourcefulness, business actually grew throughout the war, and by the end of the 1950s, we had grown to 50 stores with many more to come. Mr. Taubman's son Nick joined the company in 1956. Working his way through the ranks, he eventually became president. Nick chose to focus less on household items and more on auto parts, renaming the company Advance Auto. In the 1970s, our brand and image were updated with bright, clean, and well-organized stores, which helped accelerate our impressive growth. But in 1985, a devastating flood washed through the Advance headquarters and warehouse in Roanoke, Virginia, threatening our progress and even our existence. What could have been the end of Advance Auto became a new beginning. The entire Advance family rallied together and quickly got back into business with a minimal loss in sales. A massive new distribution center enabled us to more than double our store count. And by the mid-1990s, we became the fastest growing retailer in America. Now known as Advance Auto Parts, we launched PDQ, a parts delivery program for automotive professionals. This innovative strategy was designed to quickly supply quality parts to shops and dealerships. Our purchase of Western Auto and Discount Auto Parts propelled Advance into the new century. It was during this time that Advance transitioned to become a publicly owned company. In 2013, Advance grew again with the acquisition of General Parts International, owners of the CarQuest and WorldPac brands. This was our introduction to stores owned by individuals. These independently owned stores are run by passionate and dedicated people, supported by the robust Advance infrastructure. Auto Part International locations complete our auto parts enterprise. Along with the entire world, Advance Auto Parts was stricken by the global pandemic. COVID-19 brought businesses to a standstill and forced everyone to adapt to the new normal. Deemed an essential business, Advance Auto Parts faced these challenges head-on and continued to care for our customers in new ways, vowing to emerge a leaner, stronger company. Today, our dedication to customers, team members, and community is what drives us. After celebrating more than 85 years in business, Advance Auto Parts' inclusive and innovative culture is the cornerstone of our mission. A passion for customers, a passion for yes.
I'm the Principal Secretary for IT and Industries in Telangana government, and I feel very happy to welcome everyone who is present on this very memorable occasion. I remember 2 years ago, I had a meeting with Tom Greco, and at that time the company was looking at various other cities in India, exploring the possibility of setting up their capability center. And I'm very delighted that the decision has come in favor of Hyderabad. And to Tom and everyone else who was involved in this decision making, a very big thank you. I'm very sure that Hyderabad will not disappoint you in any way. In fact, we will continue to exceed your expectations. This has been the standard experience of many other companies, dozens of others who have chosen Hyderabad in preference to other Indian cities. I have seen how they have grown, how they have flourished. The experience of all these companies has been that not only is the talent available in good measures in Hyderabad, which contributes significantly to whatever line of activity you want to pursue from here, but the talent is also more affordable. The talent is also very sticky in the sense that you'll find the attrition rates to be very, very low. Plus, people who come to Hyderabad, they like to live here, work here, because as a city we offer multiple advantages. The quality of living in this city is excellent. We are continuously adding to the infrastructure to make commute and working very pleasurable. The government itself is very proactive. We are always accessible, and I'm very sure that Advance Auto Part team members who work out of your GCC here will have the same experience. So.
With over 7,000 stores and dozens of distribution centers, Advance Auto Parts is a growing Fortune 500 company.
Aren't we all really fortunate to be here, to be today, and to be part of such a rich history? To celebrate this establishment and India story of the advanced GCC, let us begin the ceremony with a welcome dance showcasing the South Indian classical dance form Kuchipudi. Please join your hands together and welcome our dance performers, Miss Kala and Miss Kshetra. Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin with the ceremony, the dance performance, in 2 minutes. We are waiting for the chief guest. see her. You ready?
I want my karaoke.
Ladies and gentlemen, to keep our excitement continuing, we have next a singing performance by Sudishna. Please give her a big round of applause.
watching you stand alone. All of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 more. All along I believe I would find you. Time has brought heart to me. I will love you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 more. Thank you.
A beautiful performance on a beautiful day. Thank you, Sudishna, for an enchanting performance. Up next is to extend our musical journey. We have our next performance ready. We have Maulik, Sandeep, and Jayant. Please give a big round of applause to welcome them onto stage.
सीटिंग चाहिए मुझे सीटिंग के हिसाब से होगा वो डिपेंड सीटिंग के हिसाब से उसका छोटा सा
सबको छोड़ के कैसे कल सुबह आ जाओगी मेरे साथ इन्हें भी तो तुम याद बहुत आओगी तुम इन सबको छोड़ के कैसे कल सुबह जाओगी मेरे साथ इन्हें भी तो तुम याद बहुत आओगी बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं ये धरती ये नदियाँ ये रहना और तुम
కింద పడిపోయిందంటే పట్టుకోను అన్న పెట్టమంటుంది సార్ రేపల్లా అసలు ఎందుకు చెప్తాను ఇది కావాలంట పట్టు फोल्ड है उनको बोल दो डेढ़ चाहिए फोल्ड है
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have been waiting for has finally come. Please give a thunderous welcome to our chief guest of the ceremony. I would now request Mr. Mahinder Dubba, our Managing Director at Advanced Auto Parts GCC India, to please do the honors of welcoming our esteemed dignitaries onto the stage.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome to you all for this great event. It is my privilege and honor to welcome very young, dynamic, inspired leader of Telangana and Hyderabad. Sri KT Ramaragaru, Minister of IT, Municipal Administration, Urban Development, Industries and Commerce for Government of Telangana. Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary, Information Technology, Government of Telangana, who was also very influential in bringing advanced auto parts to Hyderabad. Mr. Jayesh, please come to the dais. I would like to welcome our visionary leader of our Advance, Tom Grieco, President and CEO of Advanced Auto Parts. Please. Before I invite another chief guest onto the dais, I want to give a little bit of story. This goes back 3 years. 2018, November, Tom, along with 3 leaders in Advance, came to India, went to different cities, and with the discussion with Jayesh influence, I think they decided Hyderabad to be the center for Advance. And I'm very fortunate and heartwarming to see these leaders here today in the audience. That is our Chief Technology Officer, Sri Danti. Please come on to the dais. But also I want to mention our Chief Human Resource Officer, Natalie Rotman. Thank you for coming all the way here. And our Chief Financial Officer, Jeff Shepard, who was also instrumental in bringing that. I also want to acknowledge Andrew Edlefson for coming here. He is the Principal Commercial Officer for US Consulate, Hyderabad. I would like to welcome and thank Lalit to be here in this great occasion, the CEO of Answer. He was very instrumental in building the GCC here in Hyderabad. Thank you for Lalit coming and joining us. Welcome to Mr. Amarnath Reddy, Chief Relationship Officer for IT, Government of Telangana. Also, my colleagues and leaders in the industry from other GCCs. Welcome to our academia partners and leaders, Dr. Vijayendra Reddy, Tigala, Chairman at Vardhaman Engineering College. Dr. Harshavardhan, Director, IMT. Dr. C.D. Naidu, Principal, VNR. Glad to see some of the NASSCOM leaders with us today. Welcome to more than half a dozen partners who are helping us build great talent to do innovation at Advance. Lastly, but more importantly, welcome to our own Advance Auto Parts GCC team members who are undoubtedly the strongest pillar of this center. I call it as we are a COVID baby. We, as a organization, grew during the pandemic times. In fact, 95% of our employees joined during those 2 years. And until recently, we haven't met each other. We haven't seen face to face. And only the last few months. But what I can tell strongly is, without any question, is how much of hard work, innovation, transformation, and building the new capabilities for Advance, customers and business. Thank you all for your great work. KTR Garu, as a Telanganaite myself, I'm very inspired by your vision of innovation, infrastructure, and inclusive growth for people of Telangana. Similarly, we at GCC are very inspired by our CEO, Tom Greco, and his leadership team on our vision, which is advancing a world in motion. And mission is passion for customers and passion for yes. Again, thank you all. Welcome to this great event.
Thank you, Mr. Mahinder, for the warm welcome and setting the tone for this ceremony. I would now request Mr. Tom Greco, President and Chief Executive Officer at Advance Auto Parts, to take the floor and share his views on the brand's global business and share also his views on India commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Greco.
Well, first of all, thank you. I just want to say thanks to all of you for your patience over the last couple of years. It's hard to believe that, we came here in late 2018. Our plan was to come here every year once we set up the GCC. And we did not predict, we were talking earlier, we did not predict the global pandemic, unfortunately. And that has caused us to delay this wonderful occasion by literally a couple of years. But I do want to thank all of you for your patience and waiting for us to get here. And we're looking forward to coming back again and again and again. So thank you. Really want to thank our guests today. First of all, Ram, who's the Cabinet Minister for the Government of Telangana. Thank you very much for being here with us today. Jayesh, who I had a chance to meet a couple of years ago as we planned this. He's the Principal Secretary for the Government of Telangana. Andrew Edelson, who's the Principal Commercial Officer for the U.S. Consulate, and all the other guests that we have joining here. So please give it up for our guests. And I really want to reinforce that all of the things that we established for goals when we came here, I feel we've realized, you've enabled us to realize that we presented a business case to our board of directors way back in 2018 that had a couple of goals. I mean, we wanted to make sure that we were dramatically accelerating our technology platform agenda. We were talking with Ram about the fact that Hyderabad is a so-called mobility cluster around the world. And you think about the intersection of technology and automotive and the importance of mobility going forward in the world in the middle of an environmental sustainability challenges the globe is facing. And, we looked at multiple options. We looked at options in Taipei, we looked at options in the US, we looked at Bangalore. And when we came to Hyderabad, we felt we'd found our home. And we couldn't be more pleased with our decision that we made here. Many of the things that we wanted, initial objectives, the talent pool that exists here in Hyderabad. Again, I'm learning all the time about how Hyderabad is very different than other parts of India. The capability that's here. We knew that this was an area that had such a vibrant culture, but also one that the infrastructure was here for many years to come. We felt that it would be a place that would attract young talent to come here and live. Even more so than a Bangalore because of the fact that the investment had been made in the infrastructure of this community. And it wasn't a difficult decision. I don't think we spent a lot of time going through it. We compared the pros and cons of all those places I mentioned, and Hyderabad certainly rose to the list. And you think about the impact that you've had in just a very short period of time. One of the things that we were saying, we've now grown for 4 straight years. Our comp sales has grown for 4 straight years. We've expanded our margins for 4 straight years. Our performance as a company overall has done very well, but a couple of the reasons why are things that you all are working on. We have a platform we call strategic pricing, which is under Jeff's leadership, under Brittany Easley, and I know we've got a terrific team here in Hyderabad that is helping us really transform how we price in the marketplace. And in a world where you have rising inflation, like we've never seen, the inflation rates are at 40-year high. The importance of being able to price quickly and dynamically and react to increases in commodity prices for the products that we sell is vital. And you've done a great job doing that. You've stood up a brand new finance ERP system, as we consolidated 4 back offices into one underneath the Oracle platform. I know the accounting team is here. You've dramatically improved our ability to close the books, our payables, all of the things that are relevant to accounting. So the things that you've accomplished here in a very short period of time are encouraging us to do a lot more here. And when we think about our vision for the future at Advance, obviously our goal is to grow much faster as a company for many more years. Last year was the highest growth we had in the history of the company since a public company in 2002. And I firmly believe that our investment that we've made here and the growth that we've been able to achieve, that it's not a coincidence that we're growing faster because we have this investment here. I think you have made a meaningful contribution to our success. Our comparable sales were up 10.6% last year. So we want to keep the momentum going here in Hyderabad. And what Sri has outlined for the tech team is essentially we describe as a fix, build, and transform agenda. And the fix tends to represent those things that were needed to be integrated and were never integrated as a company, such as the back office systems that have been consolidated, such as the 4 payroll systems that are now under the Workday platform under Natalie's leadership. A lot of those things have been done. Now we've got a big one that I know that you're all working on, we call Project Intrepid, which is to integrate the merchandising systems and our item management systems. But largely we're putting the fix part of the agenda behind us and moving more towards the build, more towards the transform. And you're going to see us invest heavily in artificial intelligence platforms, machine learning platforms that enable us to differentiate within the automotive sector. I was in your POS systems room, right, Shri, a few minutes ago, and I saw the pin pad, and Shri had just shown me the fact that now when you come into our stores, and all of you know we have millions of people that come in our stores every week, you can key in your phone number and join our loyalty program, which we have not been able to do previously, and we're rolling that out. You've enabled that to be done. Those simplification things that enable us to improve the customer experience are going to be invaluable for us in the future. And then finally, we are working on a very differentiated, and I would describe as disruptive, operating model within our sector, which we call our geographic enterprise model, affectionately known as GEM or GEM. We're going to see that with several people on my leadership team here in a couple of weeks. We've got a couple of lead markets, but I know you're playing a key role in how we position our inventory inside of a multi-echelon supply chain, how we improve our online experience for our professional customers, how we better service them with faster and more consistent and reliable order-to-delivery times. So the road ahead is extremely bright for Advance, and as I look upon all of you here, you're all going to play a very meaningful role in our success. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart and that of my leadership team for everything that you're doing for our company to make us a better place to be and a better place to work. So thank you, GCC, and I look forward to seeing more of you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Tom, for sharing your valuable insights and an inspiring commitment for the India business. I would now request our Honorable K.T. Ramarao Garu, Minister for Information Technology, Industries and Commerce, Municipal Administration and Urban Development of Telangana, and Working President of Telangana Rashtra Samiti, to please come on stage and say a few words on this special occasion.
Thank you. Thank you. Firstly, Tom, welcome to Hyderabad. Not just to you, but also to the entire team of Advance Auto Parts. A hearty welcome. I think this is possibly the first automobile, auto company, so to speak, who's got a technology presence now in Hyderabad. So welcome you. Along with you, I think your entire team. Shri, thank you for bringing Advance to Hyderabad. Thank you to you and Jayesh for making this happen. Mahinder, thank you for the overview. Natalie, Jeff, Andrew, Amanda, to the entire team who's actually flown in, and Lalit, thank you very much for making this happen. I know you're capable of doing more, so I hope you continue to build on this momentum. To the entire family of Advance Auto Parts, my compliments. It's a great story. We were just talking to Tom before we walked onto the stage here. They have some very ambitious and aggressive plans in the middle of a lot of restructuring, a lot of revamping, a lot of future growth opportunities. I think most of you who've possibly not seen each other during the pandemic, I think have started to come back. Your plush new office, it looks really swanky. It looks really nice. And I do believe that there's plenty more room to grow, Tom. I saw that you could add couple more 100 people at least. I think you have 800, is it? I think you have 800. I'm sure you'll, in fact, surpass the numbers very, very soon. Tom was just telling me that this is their second largest. This is the second largest office for Advance Auto Parts outside of the US. I think you joined the marquee list of the Googles, the Facebooks, the Microsofts, the Ubers, the Microns. So congratulations on that. I think it's a good club to be in Hyderabad. And Hyderabad is a great city, Tom. You have chosen wisely, I have to tell you, because you said you've done scoping of several cities across the world. US, you said Taipei, and then you also said a couple of other cities in India, whose name I don't want to take, of course. Because everything you say becomes a controversy these days. You want to be careful. I don't want to be looking like I'm trashing some of my competition. They're nice people. I also like them. It's not like I don't. But it's just that I like my city more. I like Chennai. I like Delhi, I like Bangalore, I like everybody, but I think I like my city a little bit more, which is quite natural. So all in all, I believe I think you've made the right choice. You will grow and you will attract more talent, but the opportunity is huge. In fact, we were just discussing mobility and the way I think things are unfolding across the world. I think one of the things that we all have come to understand about automobiles is that a traditional automobile and the way we used to think about it versus what it has become now. You know, the automobile of today and tomorrow is actually a computer on four wheels, is what it is. So when it is a computer on four wheels, then obviously there's a lot of electronics, there's a lot of software inside embedded in the automobile. So what used to be a hub, such as Detroit in the US, or a Chennai in India, or a Pune in India, that need not be the case anymore. Because as mobility evolves, as this landscape evolves, as more and more software and more electronics, they come to take center stage in the automobile, I think Hyderabad has a huge opportunity. And that is where we were discussing how Telangana's Mobility Valley, as we are calling it, is going to be a single-stop shop. We already have some fantastic partners. We have ZF, we have Bosch, we have Hyundai, we have Intel, we have Qualcomm. Tom, I request you to actually join this club. I think this would be, again, a very good club to be a part of, because it fits, it's right up your alley to begin with, and it fits very nicely into the scheme of things. And I do believe that mobility, and especially sustainable mobility, is the future. And as you pointed out, with global warming and all the alarming trends that we've all come to realize across the world, irrespective of which geography you reside in, I think it's the future of humanity that's at stake. So we have no choice but to ensure that the future is sustainable. Whatever form of future you talk about, mobility or otherwise, it has to be sustainable. And Government of India also has signed up, as I was pointing out, to a net zero target by 2070, which, in my humble opinion, we are going to surpass much before that. So I think Advance has a great opportunity here. You could actually not only have your technology center, you could possibly also look at business opportunities. You could also possibly look at working closely, like I said, on the mobility piece with a number of other partners, which might actually open newer business opportunities and newer business arenas. The last thing I'll tell you, of course, Tom, is we are hosting Formula E in February next year. And we will, of course, invite you and the entire team, because Formula E is, of course, electric vehicles, the races for electric vehicles. And we are actually going to hold an EV summit around the Formula E event. And we invite you and your entire team. And please come with your customers as well, so that we could actually have a more structured discussion around the future opportunities in India. So Tom, you don't have to look anywhere else in India. We will be your single-stop shop for all your business needs. Not just for technology, but if you want to set up more, more stores, more centers, make this your hub. You would be satisfied, and you would be patting yourself on the back a couple of years down the road as well. So congratulations to the entire family of Advance Auto Parts. I do believe the future is very bright, and tomorrow is going to be better than today. So good luck, Godspeed, Jai Telangana. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind and supportive words. Your presence here today is truly a matter of pride for the Advance team. Let's hear it once again for our Honorable Minister. I would now like to request Mr. Sri Donti, Executive Vice President and Chief Technology Officer at Advance Auto Parts, to come on stage and share the customary vote of thanks to our respected speakers.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, all of you, for this. So going after the Honorable Minister KTR is always challenging. I've always been inspired with his vision. So as Tom laid out, that the GCC has been the core component of our business strategy that we established. I'm so glad to see the number one, the values around all of the floor here, and also the Tier 1 initiatives that Tom mentioned, few of them, that how you all have been integral part of delivering them and delivering them successfully. I want to thank all of you for your hard work, and certainly it's helping us to really move ahead on our agenda standpoint. And then as Honorable Minister KTR mentioned, that we are the second largest center for our advanced auto parts here, and we are committed to continue to grow, to access to the talent of the data and analytics, talent of AI and ML, and continue to really build the digitization journey that we've been really working through on this. So I want to thank KTR Garu for you, and Jayesh Garu for you, for your help in really helping us to set up this center in a very quick time frame. As Mahendra mentioned, that COVID baby that we actually started on November of 2019, and then the COVID hit, we hired 90% of all of you, and I'm so glad to see many of you here and some of you on the phone. So I want to officially kind of take this opportunity to thank Honorable Minister Shri K.T. Ramarao, IT Minister and the Government of Telangana, and Shri Jayesh Ranjan, IT Principal Secretary, for all of your help, and then Shri Andrew Edelson, U.S. Consul General, thank you for being here, sir. And also the Tom and my colleagues, the ExCom members, who are actually here with me in 2018 when we made the journey, and now they came back, and they were so excited. So thank you, Tom, Natalie, and Amanda for joining us. She's been instrumental in helping us set up the governance and also the center for us for where we are on this. And I also want to thank, special thank to Lalit Ahuja, who is the answer. Has been a great partner for us in establishing this center, as we didn't know at that time how to establish and also acquire the many of you as a best-in-class talent into the advanced auto parts here. And I also want to thank many other GCC leaders, Tom and the Mahendra and all of your leadership team. I really appreciate all of you putting together a great, the capabilities and a great team with a great talent here. And also I want to thank our academia partners here, Vijay and many others who has been instrumental in helping us to bring the talent from those universities into advance, and we're actually going to be signing MOU with Vijay in the college to continue to really bring in the college recruitment into our company. And I also want to thank our ecosystem of partners, as Mahendra mentioned, that along with our team members, many of our partners who has been instrumental in providing that talent for us here locally in Hyderabad to really enable our strategic capabilities. And last but not least, I also want to thank every one of you. As Tom said, from bottom of our heart, everything that what you're doing has been felt globally in North Carolina and Raleigh. And many of our business leaders, Mike Creed and Bob Cushing, the Jason McDonald, couldn't be here, but they are so appreciative of everything that what you're doing, and I want to thank you again. So, Tom, I'll ask you to come in and then help facilitate our chief guest, KTR Garu.
I request everyone to make way for the chief guest to leave the premises smoothly, and the advanced team members can stay seated for the cultural events to proceed.